Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I'm your host, Victor, along with my co-host, Mark. To my right,
You
how you feeling, sir?
feeling good? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling great. Had a good past little weekend. Everything's
It's
good
good.
and beautiful in the world. I'm being consumed by shits and gigs thanks to you. Even though I saw brief clips before, now it's just like a full blown. All right, I'm into this now.
Yeah, man. I
Um,
don't know what it is. It's the simplicity. I feel like I also relate to it because it's just kind of like how ours is,
yeah,
where they're just sitting there and just kind of talking about past stuff or, just reading stuff from things people send in and they just kind of like
go back and forth
go
about it.
back and forth and make it even funnier than what it is.
The thing is just that we're not British.
I think so.
That's what's missing.
I think so because I hear our voices and I'm like, this is boring. Like this is so boring. Like it's like you could only hear an American accent for so long where you're just like, I feel like with a British accent that you can hear them talk. Like even if you watched them for a long time, it'd be so normal to you. But you just always hear little words here and there that you're just like interested to just keep looking and be like, what are they talking about? It
Mhm.
could be the most basic thing, but you're just like, just the way they're
Wow.
talking. Like, wow, okay. Us, it's like, damn, bro. Like we've been talking for 13 minutes and I still don't even know what y'all talking about. I haven't paid attention once.
Nor do I care. So
It's like, what the hell?
no.
But yeah.
But so much so that I was like, oh, like, because they have their. If y'all don't know what Shits and Gigs are, it's a podcast similar to ours where they just will, like Mark was just explaining, do like share their own personal stories, or they'll look out and ask for prompts and people will submit it to them, or they will find some online. And they're pretty funny and they're British and they're cool peoples. So much so that I was like, yo, like, I want to low key take, because they're not the only ones that do this, but they also, other podcasts will do the same. Like, there's another one, they had another podcast is like, I don't know if this is the name of their show, but they use this a lot. And they'll ask the questions like, am I the asshole? And then they'll read off a situation of like what it is, like a real person that submitted.
I
And then,
literally just seen that. Like
yeah,
they literally just did the episode and they just did that in the situation.
yeah. So they look up for stuff like that, and then they read through the situation, and then the people on the podcast will say like, are they an asshole or not? Were they right in or were they in the wrong?
Yeah,
And I really enjoy those.
exactly.
So I went and did some digging myself, Mark. Today
Do some digging.
we're gonna do some Am I the Asshole?
Let's go.
Um,
I'm ready for it.
absolutely. So let me just pull these out real quick. And you said, which one did you see while I pull this out?
The one they were basically talking about was, and it was kind of funny because again, it relates to that whole thing with just me thinking about how I could be in that situation where I could be like wrong. I don't know the exact scenario, like I guess setting for it, but it was them. They were out somewhere. It was a guy and his girl, and then it was the girlfriend's like I guess best friend or probably like close friend, whatever. She goes on and starts rambling about, "Oh yeah, do you have you ever told him about that one time that you were at the party and you made two guys do like a UFC fight over you?" And he's just like,
No.
"No, no," like, and then she's just like, "Oh, like, no, don't say, don't talk about that." And she's like, "No, no, like, do you know about it?" And then he's just like, "No, but at this point, you're like, I'm
Let's put
curious,
it.
like,
It's open.
I'm curious, like, okay, you brought it up, so now you're interested, like, what the hell is going on?" So, after that, then she like has to explain herself because now she's like, "Oh, well, I can't just like get rid of it now. Now you're gonna know." So the whole story was that they were at a party. It was her and the best friend. They were at a party, and I'm guessing I don't know if it was because like there was alcohol consumed, so that's what made them want to do this. But there was two guys that were fighting over his girl. And so much that she decided to say, like, oh, like if you guys basically fight in a UFC fight, like whoever the winner is, I'll go home with them tonight. And then to top it off, then after like she was explaining it, then the best friend was like, "Oh, don't forget about the fact that you told them to like strip down in their underwears too." And then
This is not a friend. I just want to say.
okay, this is hilarious. This is so funny because this is exactly what they were saying. They were like, first
This
of
is
all,
an enemy.
there was like
This friend wants your boyfriend.
exactly. This is basically they were basically saying that like how like who is this girl? This is not your friend.
Yeah.
And
You
it
did something to her, or she wants your boyfriend.
exactly. And they were just like talking about that and how like yeah, the girlfriend is just like explaining that and the boyfriend's like kind of upset about the whole fact that he heard that story and he goes like I think the story of him explaining it is that they go home. He ends up like basically getting in an argument with her. He ends up sleeping in the guest room because he's just like he like wanted an apology, but she wasn't giving it to him and all that stuff like that.
I just
So
want
then
to.
he goes on and says like, okay, like, am I the asshole or is she like
Oh, so he sent it in. It
yeah,
wasn't her.
he sent it. No, not her. It was him.
The fuck.
Exactly.
First off, I want to say I don't care what situation it is. I don't care what's happening. I've said this numerous times, even in my past relationships. If I'm living with somebody and they're my partner and they're mad at me or I'm mad at them, there is no way in hell that I'm sleeping in a separate room or a separate bed. I don't care what it is. I'd rather her kill me in my sleep because she's mad at me sleeping next to her than sleep in another bed.
So are you saying that because you just feel like you're the alpha in the sense of just
Not
like
at
this is
all.
my room, like I'm not moving?
Not at all. It's just more so the fact like this is where I sleep every night. Like this is my bed. This is equally our bed.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna tell me I can't sleep here? Because we're in an
Well, no,
argument.
no. So she didn't say that to him.
I know, but it
Oh,
was just
okay.
like they're arguing and like I don't care. Like I'm
Mm,
sleeping here. If you have a
yeah.
problem with it, you can leave. But I'm not like, or we can both sleep here. I have no problem with you sleeping here.
I think it's just so much like so more the like the tension. So you're in that room with that
I don't.
person.
I'm that level petty. I don't care.
You don't care.
Like
I-
that whole thing's like you're sleeping on the couch tonight. I'd rather die. I'd rather die.
I think I'm fine with being in another room only because like if I like because I at the end of the day I was looking for the apology, right? I'm not going
Mhm.
to get it. And who says I'm even to get it? But the whole idea for me is like if I'm just like kind of in a different room, I'm just kind of like clearing my mind. It's kind of like that sense. Because at the end of the day, if the person's right next to me, I'm just kind of still, I guess, like irritated a little bit by the fact, probably not even at the person, just like again, just irritated. So if I just kind of, it's almost like, oh, I'm gonna take a walk.
Yeah,
And that's kind of
that's
where I
fine.
feel like
but like
it's where I'm like, okay. I don't know about sleeping because that is
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying.
It is a lot.
If I sleep in another room, I'd be in there mad as fuck. Like yo, like I'm one. If the person if like I'm in a situation where I'm waiting for her to apologize to me and I'm sleeping in another room, I'm like yo, she fucked up, and I'm sleeping over here. Like kind of bullshit is that? Like
Yeah, it is. I guess one of those situations where it's like take a walk. You
yeah,
know,
either we both sleep here or you go, because like I would never tell my wife or girlfriend or whoever to go sleep in the other room or sleep on the couch.
I would never tell them either.
That's what I'm saying. That's what bothers me is I would never do that to you, so don't do it to me.
Yeah, I'll never do that either.
No matter who's wrong.
Yeah. So it was just hilarious. So they go on just saying that, and they were just basically saying it like if it was us, like yo, like they're obviously not friends because if they were, there'd be situations where it's like okay, they would know code because clearly the girl was like no, like stop, like you know, like that's nothing. Don't worry about it. But yeah, you kept egging it on and
Yeah.
kept trying to get the
She's
story
like,
out.
yeah. And then you went home with them and you
Yeah.
said you had a threesome with them, and
It's like, yeah, you're just like, what the fuck?
help me.
And he was just saying like, the more light skinned one, his name is Jimmy, and he was like saying like, he was like, bro, he was like, if that was you, like. I promise you would not even get the story out. He was like, as soon as you brought it up, he was like, fam, like just
straight up,
just looking at him,
bro,
just like, bro,
what you doing?
like swear,
swear,
like swear, like he just, and I was cracking up. He was really just going back and forth with that, and he was like. Because then, like I said, like she ended up saying like extra about it, like, "Oh, you made them strip down your underwear." He was like, "I wouldn't even let you get to that part. Like, I wouldn't even let you get there. As soon as you brought up the story, that was it. Like, that's as far as you get."
And not even that is like, all right, if she was genuinely your like, say for example, like one of us, if I mean, I'm not in a relationship right now, but say like you found out I did some fucked up shit and you didn't agree with it, I would hope because this is how I react. I would not do what she did.
Yeah,
I would tell you in private, like, bro, like that was really fucked up. Like, you should really come like tell her about this, whatever. But I'm not gonna snitch on you.
No, yeah.
That's not what a friend does. If I don't agree with it, I will tell you in private.
Exactly. Because at that point, like, what was your goal in trying to spill the tea? Like,
yeah.
I think like
now it's for her.
Because in situations like that, again, the boyfriend wasn't there. So clearly it's like one of those things where it's like you had to be there, you know? So at that point, it's just a joke or just a thing for y'all two. You know, I know sometimes people want to like try to tell jokes or tell stories to people, but you got to know when it's like a story that you can tell anybody, no matter what the situation is, and stories you just like are like, all right, no, like this isn't for this person. Like I can't.
Clearly, you knew it would piss them off.
Exactly. Like let me not say that. Like flip the script that was you. Like you would be tight.
She can't say as a friend like, oh, I didn't know he was gonna react that way. It's like,
oh come on, like
would you if it was you who did that? Would you want somebody doing it? Like, exactly, nah, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, we got a separate one here. I had bookmark. I had saved 4 just to see how it went, but I like try not to like read all the way through them. I just
Yeah,
read like the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
headings. But I'm just gonna read this one because it seems like it'd be interesting. It says, "Am I the asshole for making my daughter miss once in a lifetime events in parentheses is homecoming and senior prom, and delete all of her social media as punishment for bullying?"
So the daughter was bullying other people.
Yes.
Ooh.
And all right, and I'm about to get into like the context. So yesterday I was informed that my daughter S was a part of a group of students who bullied another girl to the point that she had to switch schools. There was a racial aspect to the bullying, which came as a complete shock since my wife and I truly did our best to raise our 3 kids to be kind and honest individuals. Who's she hanging around with? I don't believe that's a grounding and confiscation of electronics. I don't believe that a grounding and a confiscation of electronics is harsh enough for what S did. So I told S that she won't be allowed to participate in homecoming or attend senior prom. I also told her that she won't be getting a car for her 18th birthday either. Finally, I told her that she'll have to delete all of her social media accounts with either me or her mother watching. Sam, her name's Sam, no last name. Sam begged me to allow her to go to senior prom because it's a once in a lifetime event and keep just her Instagram account because it had pictures going back years that weren't saved anywhere else, screenshots. I told her that she wouldn't have been a race. I told her that she shouldn't have been a racist bully. Imagine your parents calling. That's fucked up too, because like usually like if a kid's racist, 9 times out of 10, it's because the parents are racist. And it seems like even the parents are like, yo, like, where did you learn this from? Like, we didn't teach you this.
Yeah.
For them to call you a racist. My parents are temporarily staying with us while their house is hold up. The parents, the
Oh.
grandparents
Oh.
are the grandparents racist. My
Mm.
parents are temporarily staying with us while their house is undergoing renovations. They agree that what Sam did was completely out of line. Oh, never mind. They safe and must be punished. But they think that making my daughter miss homecoming and senior prom and forcing her to delete her social media is far, far too harsh. So, Mark, are they the
They said that
assholes?
the deleting of the social media was far too harsh.
So the grandparents
Yeah.
believe that it was too much. No,
What exactly did they
yeah,
say was too harsh?
all of it
All of it? Okay. Um, if you want me to be completely honest, I don't think any of it was too harsh.
at all.
Maybe like there's like a little tiny bit of it. Like I kind of wanted to know what like part of the school year this happened in, only because like if it was like in the very beginning, I feel like maybe at some point you might be a little bit like, you know what, as long as you learned your lesson in that time that it was at like the beginning towards then, um, maybe I might still let you do like homecoming or something like that. Um,
So I want to add this was posted a day ago.
okay.
So this happened last year, I guess, during the school year.
Okay. Yeah. But like again, like I was saying, like if it was like a good gap in between it where it was like, okay, I felt like my daughter probably was able to learn her lesson in some sort of way. I'll probably give them the opportunity to still go to like maybe one of those things. But I still think like I feel like
Nah,
that was like perfectly fine what they did. I mean, like, bro, it's already bad enough you're a bully, but then to be a racist
racist
bully,
bully.
like
Like it's one thing to be like, oh, like whatever, like just bullying, like just saying mean stuff to them. You know what I mean? Or like being like, oh,
exactly.
you can't sit with us at the lunch table type shit.
Exactly.
Or like making fun of them for being a nerd, like old 2000s movie type shit.
Exactly.
But to like be like, yo, like the color of your skin, bro.
Like you're black. Like, go eat some watermelon. Like, they,
Yeah,
the fact that you would literally go and like say that shit, and like on a regular, different stuff like that. That's just crazy. Like,
to the point, like this isn't like, oh, like it can be solved with a teacher meeting or something. Like, bro, they changed schools. They
exactly.
felt so unsafe going to school every day that they had to get away from you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
assuming probably not even schools, different city
yeah,
almost.
100%. Like, you're getting everything taken away from you. You made another kid literally have to change their whole education like
Good
pathway. Like,
and move away from all of their friends that may have had on that area.
yeah,
Maybe the parents had to move. Maybe the parents had to get a different job to even afford a new school.
yeah,
This is like trauma that they're gonna carry with them deep into their like college years
one
and all that
hundred
shit. Like that
percent.
alters like the way a person thinks and like perceives other people. They're gonna be scared to make friends with anybody else in the moving forward from that, just because of what they experienced with
Yeah,
her.
100%. I think that is like, yeah, like if you made them basically like change their life and lose friends because of some dumb shit that you wanted to do, I
You're
think
gonna
you
miss out.
deserve to like lose your social media because you can't hang out with your, you can't keep in contact with your friends and all that, just like they did. Because yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't even want to get started with the part that they said, "Oh, you're not getting a car for your 18th birthday." That was already set in stone.
Yeah,
They were
that
gonna get that,
that goes.
which is crazy. I mean,
Yeah, like
like,
they were already intended. Like, oh, you graduated high school. Like, congratulations. Here's a car for when you go to college or something.
I wish that was me.
Yeah,
So
or
I was like,
fucking senior prom and homecoming and all that
damn.
shit.
So yeah, I mean,
Not the asshole,
sucks. I mean, hey, but
but you earned it, and
exactly.
you're also at an age where
Yeah,
you should know that's not okay.
exactly. Yeah, you see, I mean, like, bro, how many times have you probably seen videos, like seen what would you call it? Just like probably in the beginning of the school year, teachers will tell you like this is how you gotta act, this is the code of
Mhm.
conduct, kind of stuff like that. Like,
You
and
imagine at being at 18 racist
exactly.
now.
That's wild,
Like
actually.
you're like obviously like you're still a kid. Like, but I remember being 18. It wasn't that
Exactly.
long. I knew that at fucking 12, let
Like, don't get
alone.
me wrong. We had a lot of out of pocket shit growing up as far as like movies and TVs,
Yeah, but we still knew that was
but
like,
we knew that stood on TV and that was it.
yeah,
We
and
didn't
that
bring
was
it out of it.
written and that was like that was meant to be in a comedic way. Nobody was getting hurt.
Exactly.
This is like to the point where I'm sure this girl was crying every day if she left
Exactly.
from.
You woke up and said, "What racist joke can I say today?" Like,
Yeah,
that's wild. Like, hey guys, what's up? Don't worry, I got 3 jokes ready.
yeah.
like,
Wait till she hears this.
wait till she hears this shit. I can't wait. It's like, bro, what? Yeah, she deserved, I think, everything she got.
I'll be so mad as a parent.
Yeah.
Like that shit would get me so. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I'll be like, "What?" I'll be like they'll say, "Oh yeah, she was bullying them," and I'll be like, "Damn," and then they'll add on like,
Racist bully.
I'll be like,
Did you look in the mirror lately, bro? Like,
I'll be so upset.
you
Like,
not one of them.
I'll be so upset. I'll be like, "No way!" Like, at what point did you thought this was okay?
When did I lose you? This is my fault. Clearly,
Right?
this is my fault. I'm not doing my job right.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be so terrible.
Yeah, you're not linking with those friends no more. I'm sending
Facts. I want to know what happened to them. Like what was the repercussions for them? I mean,
probably nothing, but I wouldn't want them being around them anymore. Clearly, it's a bad
yeah,
influence.
for
Like,
sure.
it's one thing to be like, oh, like I don't want you hanging around with those kids because like they smoke weed or some shit. It's another thing to be like, I'll take a weed smoking kid over a racist kid 1,000 times out of 10. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I
just
said
be
caught
safe.
you. It's okay. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Don't drink and drive.
Exactly. Don't worry. As soon as you're racist, it's like I can't even
Boarding
like
school.
I can't even like try to really like stop that. That's like completely like I feel like in your brain to just it's wired like that. Like I don't know.
I'm sending you on a mission to like, I don't know what the kid's race was that was being bullied,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, like my head is like, all right, this child was unfortunately black, I'm assuming, which it can happen to other races too, but in 9 times out of 10, it's to African Americans. I'd be like, yo, you're going on a mission to like Africa. You're gonna help a bunch of African kids until you learn your lesson. Like you're gonna see how adorable and beautiful these people are
And you won't come back until
until you're fully like, yo, never mind.
Because what the hell, man? Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
That's
Wild,
wild,
man.
man.
Wild.
At least we're both in agreement here. Let's see if I can find one that's like, all right.
Imagine
maybe.
I was like, why did they do that?
Yeah, bro. Like, what's the problem?
Why did they do that? What was wrong?
Oh, this one I read like this one was a little juicy, so I like read, but I was
Ah.
like, I tried to save it. All right. Another one is, all right, we got time for it. Am I the asshole for telling my family how much my fiance earns after years of them making fun of his job? This one really got, I was like, this one
Wait,
got
say
me.
it one more time.
Am I the asshole for telling my family how much my fiance earns per year after years of them making fun of his job? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, context. My family is very well educated and full of professionals, including several doctors, surgeons, dentists, etc. Gang. I have a good career and make a good living. When I met my fiance, he was at my house to supervise a roofing crew the insurance company hired to replace my damaged roof. I instantly fell for him when he pulled up in his truck and couldn't keep my eyes off of him for the rest of the day as he gave orders to his men. That's what's a power thing.
Sick. Pick up that word.
Yeah.
She said,
I like that. When we started dating, he was vague about his job, and I just chalked it up to him being insecure about me having a better career. Typical rich people. I didn't care about our income imbalance. When we got serious, we talked about our future plans, and that was when he told me the full extent of his little construction company. There she go. There goes that little. Still that same shit.
Facts.
I
You
hate
couldn't
that.
just say construction
I
company.
hate that. I hate when people say that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
how's your little job? How's your little podcast? Fuck you. All right. Anyway,
Exactly.
continue.
What are you doing that's little?
Yeah. I was shocked that his construction earnings is as much as my dad's surgeon salary. Exactly, because blue collar jobs, especially if you own a fucking company, you
Mhm.
get paid nice. Gradually, he took, and especially fixing your house, and the insurance company sent him there, so he got people fucking like big
Yeah.
insurance companies vouching for him.
Yeah.
Gradually, he took me around to the handful of construction lots and shopping centers he owns. This man owns plazas
Wow.
and construction lots,
That's kind of crazy.
multiple.
Yeah.
His rental income combined with his construction earnings is double that of my dad's. He said that few people know about his finances, and he expects me to keep what I know to myself. My parents disapproved of him since the first time I brought him home. My dad coined him the term tool boy, and the rest of my family joined in whenever they talk behind my fiance's back. They don't call him that to his face, but instead make snide remarks. One time, my mom said during dinner that they're thinking about hiring someone to mow their lawn, then turned to my fiance and asked him what he charges. I always try to defend him, and it's a constant battle. It's gotten worse since we're planning our wedding, and the other day my nerves just broke. Yesterday, my parents were trying to get me into getting a prenup. Then my dad said, "You have to protect your assets just in case Tool Boy decides to go slumming." I lost it. Yelled at my parents. During our shouting, I blurted out his earnings, that he makes more than both of them combined, and then I stormed out. I told my fiance what happened, but instead of supporting me, he got mad that I told his parents that, or her parents that. I argued that I was defending him, then we got into an argument. My parents and family are mad at me for keeping secrets. My fiance is mad at me for not keeping secrets. I'm stuck in the middle and don't know what to do.
Okay. That was a lot.
Yeah, that one was, because I feel that. Because I get where he's
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah, I
Where-
get that too.
Where
you
it's
know?
just like, because even with me, I don't care if I'm like broke or fucking rich. I don't want nobody knowing what the fuck I got going on.
Yeah,
That's just how I am.
I am exactly the same as you. It's been like that always. Like if I want to let you know, I'll let you know.
Mhm.
It's just as simple as that. But as far as like blurting it out, I don't need to. No one needs to know. Because in my head, I'm always like, if you let anybody know those type of things, it's like they kind of. I wouldn't say they have ammo on you, but it's just like kind of that thing where it's like they know about like
Yeah,
stuff
one,
that-
they know. And then in the future, you just hear comments, whether it's good or bad. It's like, oh,
Exactly.
like this, this guy, Mr.
Exactly.
Mr. Money.
Exactly.
Or like,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
little shit like that.
Like
it
you
makes me
go out,
uncomfortable.
and then people are just like, "Oh, well, like that's expensive." Like, "Whoa,
Whoa.
bet you it's not expensive for,"
Yeah.
and it's just like,
It's like Tim got it because Tim get money like that. It's like
Yeah.
that don't matter. Pay your half.
exactly. I don't care, bro. Like the hell, I earned it. Yeah, okay, cool. But why are we still talking about it?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I also understand why she did it.
Yeah.
That detail could have been left out,
Yeah.
the money part.
Mhm.
But she could have, like, she didn't even have to say a number. She didn't, like, she could have just said, like, yo, like, he makes his own too. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
If anything, we could still get one regardless or whatever, but, like, stop trying to act like he's trying to get money off of me.
I mean, I think the frustration came with the idea that they keep calling him Tool Boy.
Yeah,
that is insane.
That shit, yeah.
That is insane. Only because, like, I get why they think that that's okay to say that because he does a lot of construction. But the word tool is already a bad word. So when you say tool boy? Like, that's
not
just,
even man.
That's just
treacherous,
wild.
bro.
That's wild. That's wild. I can't believe it. There's no way. So that's why I'm like, I understand why she probably got a little upset about that. That's what got her heated. That's what got her going. Like, don't call my significant other. Don't call them any name to start. So, yes, like don't swear. Like, don't call them any name. Like who the hell are y'all to say that about them? Like y'all aren't any better, or it's just like y'all got skeletons and y'all cause it too. Like I could literally go and say anything to him too, but I don't because why? Like that's just a respect thing.
Yeah.
The fact that y'all can't respect my man is like that's kind of wild. Like You know, like I fell in love with him. Again, I don't know if it's said in there like how long they've been together. I mean, they're getting married, so
Yeah, so it's
obviously it's
been
been a minute. So the fact that it's been a minute and y'all still are trying to like again, that's the respect thing. How are you gonna like be like that towards my significant other and we've been together that long? Yeah, so
she's the asshole, right?
um so who did say was the asshole? Her or the husband? Is that what it was?
So the person who posted is the wife or the fiance, the wife, the woman.
The wife. But the
Um,
end was like, am I the asshole or is
yeah,
it
she's asking if the woman that said her husband's the business. It's
mm,
not about the husband.
okay.
She's like, am I in the wrong for blurting that out?
For blurting it out, I think again, she is, but at the same time, I understand like when stuff gets boiled up and it gets heated,
Yeah,
you just end up saying stuff. It's very hard. Um, Again, I think she's in the wrong, and I know that her husband or fiance is probably like heated too. But
yeah,
I also think it's probably another thing where he should probably just like eventually just calm down off of it. Not something to take
mhm,
to the grave where you're just
right.
like, I don't like you
They'll get
anymore.
through it.
You know, it does kind of suck. And I do again at the same time agree with him. Like, he doesn't want his business out there because then people start looking at you different, regardless if it's good or bad. They look at you different. So it's like I understand why he would be upset at that because he just wants to kind of live a life where it's just like he feels like, yeah, it's just regular. I'm just a regular guy. I don't
Yeah,
need to be like people
he's
looking up to
private.
me.
He's hardworking. He seems
Exactly.
like a cool dude.
And but again, it does suck because then you got his parents who are constantly like
And
egging it on, like
yeah,
poking at it because it's like, bro, they don't know how much you make. And I can see her wife's frustration where it's like, yo, if you tell them how much you make, I don't have to hear this stuff because you don't understand in private
but regardless, it
how
should
that makes like,
whether he's broke or not, like
yeah,
those comments shouldn't be
of
made.
100, yeah, those comments shouldn't be made. And also on top of that, like it's one of those things like say if it was like your situation, you had a girlfriend and like they don't agree with stuff, I guess, with her or whatever like that. It's like at the end of the day, like that's who I love. And if y'all
Yeah,
can't respect nor like
and treat him
agree
right
and treat
is
it
like
like, yeah, it's like, bro, like I don't have to talk to y'all
you
then,
don't gotta like him. You don't talk about him either.
Exactly, because at that point it's just like you're disrespecting me as well
Yeah,
because I'm in a relationship with this person and we're technically one. So it's like,
and
bro.
this guy clearly loves her because if they would have been calling me Tool Boy and I tell like yo like tell him to stop fucking
But
calling
they
me
said it
Tool
was in
Boy.
private. So that, I mean, I don't know if they ever said it to
Or
his
to
face.
his face, they make the snide remarks. And either way, she knows that he's being called Tool Boy. If my
Yeah.
fiance is hearing somebody call me Tool Boy, whether it's their parents or not, she doesn't come and tell me, yo, my parents call you Tool Boy.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
Swear. Son.
Swear. Swear.
Like, yo, if you tell
Swear.
like how do you not tell him? How do you
Yeah,
look
I
him
don't know.
in the face every day and just be like, oh yeah, like they like you. They like you, babe. Whole time they call
No,
me
they
Tool Boy or
don't.
they make snide remarks to you. It's like, yo, like, I'm not coming over here no more. Like,
To be honest, if I was him and they made like a smart remark, I would have laid it out. Like, I would have
yeah.
laid them out. I would don't ever. Because what the hell? I make double y'all
Yeah.
combined. Like, don't talk to me.
Come to my remember you see where you just went to go get fucking McDonald's? I own that lot, pussies.
Matter of fact, bro, I'll get all my guys over here right now. I'll rip your roof apart right
Yeah.
now. Stop playing with me.
And I won't repair it.
I'll buy your house. Like what? Don't
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, but sounds like a family full of people with a stick up their ass. Like they
Yeah,
just
100%. Yeah.
anybody who
True,
they
true,
think don't
true,
make as
true.
much money as them, they're not. If it's not money, then they not to par, then they ain't shit.
They can't sit next to me type shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Which they're the worst type of people.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that will eventually either A, lose it all, or B, have something happen to them where it just like fucks everything up, or they're already currently going through shit that bad in their life because they have such shitty outlooks and shitty
That
like
or
energy to
also
them.
just like they'll like get to a point where like they have like nobody in their lives, because they're
Right,
just assholes.
because of the way that they
They're
act,
just
and they'll
assholes
only
all the
be
time.
miserable amongst each other.
Exactly. And then
Or they have hella skeletons in their closet too. On
that's
top
what
of
I'm
that,
saying. That's what I was saying. Like, bro, I'm pretty sure y'all have a bunch of shit to
yeah,
where the point
it's
where
like
y'all
oh yeah, all y'all surgeons and lawyers and all this other shit, but you got mistresses.
Exactly.
And
Let's
this
talk
boy,
about
yeah,
the last procedures you did. Last time
yeah,
I checked, you did some shit that you weren't supposed to do,
yeah.
right? Like
Let's talk about your 4 divorces, Deborah. Let's talk about
exactly.
that. Let's talk about how you can't keep a man. Let's talk about how your son's on freaking heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about little Timmy, huh?
Yeah, well, it was still Timmy doing, man. Not owning lots, not owning plazas, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So I think she's the asshole.
Yeah.
But again, she had good intentions. She was upset. I'd be
Yeah.
fuming too. I could see myself doing the same if I was really pushed to that extent. Like if somebody
Yeah.
was like talking about one of y'all or talking about like
Yeah,
my
because it
girl.
gets to that point where you're just like,
Yo, y'all keep talking. Like
yeah.
y'all don't like this book, but y'all keep talking about him.
Yeah,
So
and
clearly
the
it's
only
something
thing that you can say is the one thing that the person doesn't want you to say.
that,
You know?
that he's blue collar instead of being a fucking surgeon or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like, which is you dead ass can't have your home without the shit that he provides.
Yep.
Like the roads, the houses, all like respect those people because he's already making more money than you. 2, he's out there doing it in fucking hot weather, like busting his ass. He's probably buff as shit because he's working his ass off.
Yep.
And he sounds like a good guy. Like what the hell? Like
Big
anybody else?
man. Big man.
And if y'all really loved your daughter, you would treat him nicely, especially if he's treating her right, because you don't want her to lose him. Like
Yeah.
how many
You're just
people
like,
are
who
looking
cares?
for like if you're a parent, you have a daughter or a son, you would hope for them to find somebody that like he checks all the boxes off. Like he's already hardworking. He obviously loves this girl because he's putting up with all that other bullshit, and he seems like a clean dude. Like I don't hear anything about him being crack boy. He's tool
Exactly.
boy.
Exactly. And he gives orders. Which is
Yeah,
what she
and
loves.
he's a boss. He's owns his own company too. Like he's an
Exactly.
entrepreneur. It's not like he's like under somebody. Like he's runs his own shit. Like respect that. That's not easy.
Yeah, bro. Wild.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Treacherous. Treacherous.
Fucked up, man. But that was good conversation. I like that. See, that was fun. You know what I mean?
Nope. Makes you think.
Makes you think.
wonder,
New
makes you wonder.
perspectives, new situations, and then makes you apply some personal stuff as well. Because I've seen some stuff like that happen, and I don't like it. I
Yeah.
don't appreciate it one bit.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Quentin has done that a couple times.
What?
Where I feel like he'll say something in a situation, and this is going back to like what they were talking about, where the friend blurts something out,
Mhm.
and you're just like
Swear.
stop. Like sweat, bro.
Spam.
Stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
if I said this, would you be like, okay,
Yeah.
would you let me keep going?
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Out of pocket.
It's
But
funny.
that was a good episode. Appreciate you guys for watching. Much love. We'll see you guys next time on the next one. Deuces.